we rejoined the Cupcake Coterie on their quest to get Nora, the human paladin, whose player Galley cannot be with us today, a legendary sword, which they refer to as Palor's Beacon. Um, they managed to skip a whole lot of journeying by virtue of Hazel, our half-elf cleric's mother, one of her mothers, being a wizard of not inconsiderable skill, and were sort of popped to a grove about 8 hours walk from the chasm, which is their ultimate destination. Unfortunately, a little ways into their journey in that general direction, I mean, they probably only had like maybe a mile's worth of walking because of the encounter with the centaurs, who were a little bit less than certain about you guys tromping through the grove, and as far as you're able to tell, announcing that that one was going for Palor's Beacon did not improve matters. The one-on-one challenge duel didn't go entirely well, but Nora did eventually succeed, and with a warning from the centaurs to respect their forest, the centaurs went away and left them alone. They had to stop for a while to get some healing in, and they'd only gone a little bit further along the road. Well, not really road. They are on unpaved territory at the moment. They encountered some vine blights, as they did on their very first adventure together, and some twig blights. That fight went incredibly badly, owing to, among other things, Darvin, our human bard, having a little bit of a misconception about how best to use Thunder Wave, and
I panicked.
Hazel and Clarity, our tiefling rogue, both technically died. They're probably by this point fairly sure they survived by the grace of Palor and, through Lyra, the cleric of Palor over in Goldendale, but they're not 100% sure, and I think Nora is the only one who knows they actually literally died. You two are on 2 points of exhaustion. You are, if I recall correctly, at -4 for all rolls. This is what happens when you are resurrected. Basically, ow. Even with the bruises fading, even with the cures, you're just bone deep exhausted. This, among other reasons, like for instance the fact that Nora had a complete meltdown at Darvin because she was the only one who saw you die, and walked off, set up her bedroll away from all of you, and is currently just in silent meditation to try to get her paladinly calm back. And that is where we leave you. Froseth just sort of sprawled. Froseth, our dragonborn monk, just sort of sprawled out like, I do not believe we survived that. Hazel and Clarity going, I didn't actually survive that. And Darvin in this remorseful heap in a corner somewhere after the throwing up happened before the yelling from Nora, so he's basically in this sheet white little remorseful heap over in a corner someplace.
Clarity is clutching her pendant.
That was a thing?
Hazel, are you alright? I saw you fall.
I still feel like I've been beaten over every inch of my body, but I'm standing, so I guess I'm okay.
Same here. So question, did I die? I
Ah,
I remember things went dark and I heard a voice.
what kind of voice?
It's hard to explain. It's everywhere and I think it was a man, but it's hard to say. It sounded like everything at once.
Okay, immediately after that, how much light flooded everything?
Pretty much all of it.
Um, are you're sure you're all right? Oh, I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, if what you're if I'm guessing right by what you're telling me, we both are alive by the grace of Palor, and that's pretty much it.
Hazel, make me a religion check.
That's 13.
You don't know the mechanics of this because this is you're just gone journeyman. You've only just left the temple, so you don't know the mechanics, but you do know that there are ways that you can ask Palor to give a soul back. You're not entirely sure how it can be done sort of ahead of time, but you don't see why it couldn't happen.
So this is either Lyra begging for us before we even got started, or or the gods are really staring at us.
Did you die?
Did I get a similar sort of?
The only difference between your experience and Clarity's experience was that you are far more convinced that that was the voice of Palor, and you got nope work to do, smack. Whereas she got something a little bit more gentle.
Probably, given that what I saw and heard was very similar to yours, just less nice. It feels like I got smacked over the head and then told to get back up and do things.
And to be fair, that probably makes sense to Clarity, because that's about the only way you can make Hazel do anything.
Hey, Roseth, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You did a medicine check at the end of last session. You know he's talking a load of bullshit.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Better than either of you are doing.
That is a fair point. But I don't think it matters right now. Darvin, get over here. I said get over here.
Okay. I guess. Sorry doesn't exactly cover it, does it?
He's getting a head-to-foot medicine check.
I'm fine.
You want to roll for the medicine check?
Yes.
I'm fine. I didn't. Well,
To be fair, as far as you can tell, he's fine. As far as I'm aware, Darvin didn't actually get hit at all.
I think I did, but it was
Very, very.
very little.
I mean, like he got
4
like
points.
a scratch.
Yeah, it was like 4
Yeah,
points.
he got like a scratch.
I'm basically going to clap a hand onto his shoulder, give him a shake.
Hey, Ow.
Or at least
Yeah.
try.
Yes. In all fairness, you two, Froseth, Darvin, you heard those two. Every word.
I. That was. That was. That. That was my fault. The whole thing.
And that just means in the future,
I
do
panicked.
better.
I. What? That's.
Everyone panics. Just in the future, do better.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Look, you.
I don't
Points to
know that much about what I'm doing either. But just do better. That's the only way this can be explained. Do better.
If you say get good, I'm going to hit you.
I was avoiding that on purpose. Figure out a way to help me keep people patched up if you have to. I don't know. Just do better.
Okay. It's not exactly that easy, but sure. Okay. I'm confused. I mean, Clarity knows magic. You know magic and combat. Froseth knows combat, and so does Nora. I don't know what. I am so out of my element, and I didn't
Well, this is
realize
supposed to
how
be
far
your element
until
in the
now.
foreseeable future. So
Clarity, it will probably occur to you that you took all the books, and hasn't so much as been able to crack the cover of a single one. That might help.
That's not where her headspace is.
Oh
at
no,
the
I know.
moment.
Eventually.
I mean, look.
When she's
Okay,
got over
there
the-
was a thought process to like I was like, okay, you guys were getting wailed on. There was a whole bunch of them. I was like, okay, well, this is something that I think will do a thing and hit a few of them, and then it boomed and it boomed like boom boom, and I didn't realize just how
I felt that.
yeah, I didn't realize how it was gonna and it boom, and then you went and oh Jesus.
Bards. More powerful than you think.
Says the woman who's never, up until now, actually met one.
Well, more powerful than I thought. More powerful than anything I have ever seen, in all honesty. You have more boom than I do. You have more boom than me.
And I sure as hell ain't doing that again.
Now, okay, given that that just happened, we are camping. Now.
Okay.
Maybe-
Roseth, are you able to get up and help me?
Yeah.
You, Darvin?
So,
You are also helping me. Clarity. You know what?
Clarity's in shock.
Sit down.
I am sitting.
Sit down more.
Right, we'll try.
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm going to start attempting to set up whatever kind of camp we can, basically right where we are.
Survival check.
$14. What the fuck? 13, 12, 14. It's right in the same goddamn number block.
It's a functional sort of, because you guys don't carry tents. That's a little bit much, and nobody actually thought to stick anything like that in the bag of holding. But well, bags of holding. But you do manage to put together a serviceable lean-to. It's a little rickety. Hazel can almost hear Keth when they were both younger griping at how haphazardly she built tree houses, because this is pretty much the same thing, but it's functional.
Don't sneeze.
Right.
It's not that bad. It's functional. It's just little.
You did well enough. Better than I could have managed.
Okay. I'm basically going to walk over to where Frostad had been lying down and flop over myself. I'm stealing his spot.
That's fair.
That seems to be the flop spot right now.
Yeah, you don't want to walk. You don't want to walk over
right.
there.
No, you're at -4.
Actually, with exhaustion, skill checks are also at disadvantage.
Oh. Do you want me to rectify that?
Just roll again, and I'll do the I'll do the necessary subtractions. No, 10. It looked more sturdy than it turns out to be, and when Hazel flops, it sort of shifts about a foot to the left, and a couple of twigs fall off.
I reiterate, don't sneeze.
First,
You know what? I'm just going to stay here now.
in all honesty, Froseth is probably, even with his 3 hit points, is going to be better at this.
Yeah, I've got actually the same bonuses. Here, let's see if I can shore it up at all.
Yeah, Froseth, who did actually spend a good month or so walking down before he met you guys, is actually kind of a veteran at lean-tos, and he's been watching this like, I know she needs to do this, I know she needs to feel helpful, and I'm not going to talk her out of it, even though, as far as I can hear, she like died. So I'm just going to let her do her thing, and when she stops, I'm going to fix it. And so when she's done and she's flopped and she's, just not really watching, Froseth actually goes up and tweaks a few things, tightens a few bits and pieces, and actually makes lean-to sizable enough for the lot of you guys to, if it rains or something, to get under some shelter. And he also manages to build a fireball, because we're supposed to be respecting the forest, and the last thing we want is a fire that might spread to the roots of nearby trees, set them all on fire, and piss off centaurs on top of everything else.
We have a hard enough time with plants. Let's not piss off wildlife on top of it.
Clarity! Clarity, come here.
All right.
Set this up on purpose. Come here.
Go over there, but still holding on to the necklace. You seem so casual about it all. Does it? People come back from the dead often.
No, they don't. But I am not going to think too much on this, or else things are going to start feeling like they're melting in here.
I think I'm already there.
I am choosing to say, we survived, we will keep going when we can feel like we can move again.
Right.
And I'm going to sort of latch onto her in as much of a hug as I can manage from my flopped over position. Just sort of wrapped around her waist almost.
Do you think that was really Palo?
Probably.
To be fair, Hazel doesn't so much think. Hazel knows. Hazel's got enough of a bond.
I mean, for me, definitely. for anyone else, I would hope so.
I mean,
Like I
I've never
said,
been a.
it was either Lyra asking for this in the first place, or the gods are basically staring at us, like directly right now.
But why me? I mean, you've dedicated your life to Pelor, to faith and worship of them. I'm nothing to them. I'm less than nothing
You are
to
not
them.
nothing to me.
All right.
And if you mean
It's-
something to me, you mean something to Pelor.
But see, that doesn't make sense with what I've experienced throughout my life. I'm infernal.
We're also basically giving ourselves a mission to handle something that might be a threat to the gods.
Okay. Religion check
Religion check?
from yeah, all four of you, because you'll all have heard the creation
four.
myth.
That
7.
is a 4.
That is a 0 actually.
That was a natural 20,
Well,
but I don't know
20.
how that works.
No, if it's a natural 20, it's a natural 20, and it makes sense that it would be you.
There a way for me to turn on exhaustion in this?
No, I'll do the necessary math. You are actually that's disadvantage. So roll again.
This is about to be funnier.
well,
What
I
the
guess.
Disadvantage. So you should know, but you're too fucking tired.
Well, I'll have to re-roll
I
again.
love this.
And
Oh,
mine was a 15.
Then. Day. 22. So minus.
It's still enough. Clarity. At this point, the gods are really significantly on her mind, and if it was going to be any of the nice gods for her, it would be some kind of god of wisdom or knowledge, or wait a minute, I've never heard of one of those. Why isn't there one of those? Shouldn't there be one of those? If Froseth's saying this could be a threat to the gods, there should have been one. What if there was one?
I don't know what kind of god would look upon me and think me worthy. I mean, I come from the blood of fiends and demons. That's an aberration to the gods, isn't it?
With Darvin's role, from what he's ever heard, the reason that tieflings are what they are isn't anything that's their choice or their. It's not a reflection on them. It's because an ancestor made a bargain. And blood doesn't always tell. Look at him. You're on mute, Ethan.
Sorry.
Nice.
Where you're where you're from doesn't note who you are. You decide that. I mean, just because some ancestor made a bargain with somebody and along came you eventually, that doesn't have any bearing on you, on your worth as a being. I mean, I'm technically noble, but sure as hell ain't noble.
He's technically noble. I'm, well, given what I am.
Technically,
Process
you're a minor elven nobility. You think your mother was apparently some kind of diplomat.
And
Look, given what I am, with my mother being some big whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't care. Mom and Mama are Mom and Mama, not that
Well,
bloody
and look at
stuck-up little
everybody.
bitch. Anyway, my point being, none of us are what our background would say we are. None of us are what blood says we should be. Look at Froseth. Look at Darvin. Look at me. Look at you.
Well, we are. Look, you are good. You're part of the group, and we're trying to do something that's one hell of a great good, as far as I can tell. And if you're part of that, I don't see any reason why anyone wouldn't want to look on you with favor. Even if you can't find in you that is worth, that which is worth looking on in favor, at least what you're doing, what you're trying to do, is worth looking on in that manner. So even if you can't find it within yourself, at least look at what we're doing.
I suppose.
For Hazel, she had a parable when she was younger. Palor looks with most favor on those seedlings striving hardest to reach the sun.
Yep, that sounds like a Palor thing. This all sounds like a Palor thing.
It's just, you hear throughout your life that you're damned and you're damned, and I got to a point where I'm okay with being damned. I accepted that quite a long time ago. That I'm not welcome in many places. I'm not welcome in places.
You are not damned. You are trying to stay in the sun, and Palor likes that.
Yeah, but
He likes that more than anything else.
But you don't understand it. That's how I had always thought of myself, and I had become to accept that about myself, and to be in the darkness all the time. That's fine. That's fine with me. This I don't understand. This being looked upon with favor from the gods, when I was the only one who didn't go to the shrine, I was a little glad. Cute swarm of little baby dragons aside, I was fine with that.
Actually, there at that moment there is a peep, peep, peep from Froseth's own bag, and Froseth hears, "This is Flitty. Can I come out now?"
What?
what the?
He opens the bag.
And out comes Flitty, the blue fairy dragon.
The
That was really bumpy.
What?
When did you...
Why was it so
Why?
bumpy?
What did you do,
After you wouldn't have the
Froseth?
time to get in.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
He stowed away.
Okay.
Why am I not surprised?
Taken
One
his-
little bit.
His customary position on Froseth's shoulder, little tail coiling as far around his neck as possible.
We're
Is
going.
everybody okay?
Oh
We are
god.
now.
Oh god. This
Well,
is
no,
not-
you guys. This is draconic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just. This is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. Oh god. Now we have to
What is
babysit.
he
Okay,
asking,
we're recovering.
We have to babysit.
What
Lyra is not
Dragon
going to be happy.
saying?
Lyra is not going to be happy.
She's asking if we're all right now. First.
We're okay now. I don't know about earlier, but we're okay now.
No thanks to me, but yes.
Stop it.
Sorry.
Your mantra from now on is do better. Do better.
How? I just don't know
Any way
how.
You can. Take away and train.
Reflect on what went wrong. Don't do that again.
Well, you
That's
guys
how you do better.
while you guys are giving Darwin comforts, Flitty sort
Anyway,
of flits over and perches on one of Clarity's horn and sort of butts her comfortingly in the head. Hello.
Hello. Oh well. I'm
Uh,
saying hello, even though I don't know it's hello.
You can imagine that it sounds like a greeting, sort of a hiss click.
Well, I mean
Right.
that, and any animal that comes over to you and kind of goes, you can kind of pretty much guarantee that's hello.
And I'm going to latch on to Clarity again because I have decided hugs are required.
Just.
Clarity.
I've never been welcome with this thing. I've never understood religion. I've never understood faith. I've never understood any of this. And the concept that some god might actually look upon me with favor, I'm not prepared for this. I don't understand it, and I hate it when I don't understand something. And I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do.
Clarity. I think after you accept that that you are damned, you accepted that for so long, and now you have hope, and that's terrifying. Was that a fair statement? Because that's what it
I
sounds
don't
like.
know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know anything right now. I don't feel like I understand.
Yeah. I kind
Anything.
of understand where you're coming from, only because, I didn't not to the degree that you've got to deal with it. I didn't have that certainty, but I mean, I raised, expecting with everyone expecting one thing from me, to follow this one path to this one destination that everybody swore up and down I was going to do. And now here I am doing something completely different. And yeah, I'm completely out of my element as a result, and I'm terrified. So yeah, I kind of get it. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of similar. I don't know if that helps at all, but
I mean, makes sense. I went through. It was kind of comforting to think, well, I don't have to worry about the gods. That they don't have anything to do with me. They don't want anything to do with me. Then I don't have anyone to disappoint or to strive to gain favor with. I can just be. This, I don't know. This is not something that a book can help me with, I don't think. And I like my books. They tell me what things are and how things are and where you're supposed to go and what things you're supposed to do. And this is not something that can be covered in a book or in any of my experiences thus far.
This is not something you're going to figure out right now. It's basically you've. Well, I recently came out over my own revelations recently that I'm still dealing with myself, but
Sure.
it'll take time. The important thing is you still just be true to yourself. I'm not sure the proper wording, but be the best you can be.
That works.
we're all right. We're all in the process of writing our own song right now. That's none of the. There are no songs that cover this. There are no books that cover this. We're literally writing our own songs. We're writing our own books right now.
Sure.
All we can do
Sorry.
is
Besides
Yes.
all-
no.
Besides all that,
Hmm?
it's not literal. It's the med. You walk in the sun, therefore you're worthy. And by walking in the sun, that means walking with, me and Nora and just doing stuff that's good. You are being a good person. Therefore, you are worthy.
To be fair, while I know Hazel is bad with words, there's people everywhere who are worthy in the sight of Palor who don't go to the shrine, who don't say the prayers, who just do the thing. But Palor looks upon them with favor because they walk in his creation and they're not worshipping something horrible. They're not deliberately doing wrong. They're just living. And that's all he made the world to do. Life needs things to live.
Life
I
finds
was
a
trying
way.
to avoid one of
Different
those
thing.
with my thing.
Different thing.
I have a coffee cup with that on it.
Yes, you do.
You're going to kill me.
I say I'm just over here going. Life finds a way,
Ugh.
which apparently nobody else got the reference
Look.
there, but that's okay.
No, I get
Just-
it. It's just not as it just doesn't apply. Palor made as far as the creation myth goes, Palor made the world because he wanted life to happen on it.
Oh, okay.
Life is happening on it. And there's clarity appreciating all the things that are in Palor's world. She loves the books, she loves the animals, she loves the family.
Oh, okay. I am probably going to trip over this 6 separate times before I'm done saying it, but not every single person who Palor likes does all the shrine things, or the worshipping the way I do, or the way Nora does. Some people they go about doing the things, the good things, the blatantly not objectively awful things, the not worshipping something horrible, not kicking children. I don't know. You go around and you're doing good things. You're appreciating the fact that everything around you is on one level or another made of awesome. You love Mom and Mama, for Pete's sake.
And there's Flitty still perched between her horns.
And then there's that.
I don't know. I'm not questioning whether I'm a good person. It's just I've never
You're a good
felt
person, and that's why the gods are paying attention. That's why you've got Palor's favor.
it's not really something that I thought I needed before.
Well, you got it. Need it or not, you got it.
All right. I know this is your thing, Hazel. This is faith is what you have and what you do, and I'm just not sure if that's something that's mine.
I think
We'll
both
see.
Darwin and Hazel are both going. Who says it has to be? Darwin's not faithful. Froseth knows this stuff as that's what the people who aren't monks think.
I'm not. I mean, I don't follow any of that either. I mean, I know it's a thing, but I mean, I don't. I've never had. Okay, let's see. How can I put this in the least offensive manner possible?
Well, you already did. You said you're a festival believer.
Yeah, Oh, right, that's the phrase. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it it's nice and all, but I mean, I I don't worship. I don't go to shrine. I show up and party and sing the songs and go move on, go on my way. It doesn't have to be your thing. You just keep doing good and being you. Right, Hazel? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here.
This is the most 100% correct thing you have said about the gods I have heard, period.
I don't know. There's just so much going on in my head. I'm not sure. I think I need some time to deal with this nonsense. Is
That's
anyone
fine.
hungry? I feel hungry.
Yeah, me too. Food times.
Flitty gives Clarity one last little butt and flies over to Froseth as the only person who understands it because everybody seems upset. You're not okay, are you?
It's been a rough day.
Uh,
Speaking of, does Lyra know
Comfort
you're
snuggle.
here?
Yeah. She told me
Yes?
to keep an eye on you.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you didn't run off.
No, you don't do that. No. She just said that there was probably going to be hardness and that there should be somebody to keep an eye on you and maybe for cuddles and look, cuddles! I did good!
You did good.
Should I go back and do the cuddles now?
Yes.
Flies back over to Clarity, this time landing on shoulder and just sort of carefully nuzzling neck.
I'm going to start attempting to distribute food to everyone.
There's plenty of food. Twilly and Miranda arranged it so that there was, one meal that was going to be perishable but still transportable that you could have on the first day, and before you moved on to actual ration food. And no one's going to ask what that conversation was about because that was just growling and hissing and then just flit, boom, snuggle.
I'm just going to stick to handing out food as needed and basically arranging things so that noms can be had.
very little noms will be had by me right now. I'm still a little
And
green.
Yeah, you don't need it as much as Clarity and Hazel do.
That too. I'm like, basically be taking my portion, splitting it into thirds, and being like, here. Just trust me. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry.
Let food be had!
Somebody's probably gonna have
should-
to.
Probably either set some aside or take some over to Nora or leave some in her general direction.
I can do that.
Better you than me.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I've gotten talking tos. I have never gotten that.
I mean, I get, but like I said, I mean, I get what she meant, but I still, I don't. I mean, yes, okay, I get it. I'll be better and everything, but I just, I don't know. Y'all don't realize just how much of this stuff I don't know.
Well, now we know you have more boom than I do. That's a lot of boom.
I'm not doing that again.
Well, at least not unless we're all out of the way.
I can help you with the spells, Darwin.
Oh.
I have books. That's where my strengths lie.
I
And
I mean, I didn't even think to ask because I thought, I mean, I didn't know. It's just, stuff magic. I thought it was all different.
I mean, your source of it is different. You sing and
Yeah.
play instruments, and magic comes out.
Yeah.
But there's the theory is still the same, essentially. Books are better. Books will tell you.
Okay.
I'll go into the bag of holding and get
Yeah,
out. a couple.
there were a couple of really simple primers um, that do actually explain that, you know, whether you're a sorcerer or a wizard or a warlock or a bard, your expression of it, it's all down to will.
Oh.
The expression is different, but the effect you're trying to achieve is the same. So what you need to learn to do is channel your will into whether it's just your sheer simple will to do the spell like a wizard, or the power, the wild power inherent in your blood like a sorcerer, or your demonic patron like a warlock, or your songs like a bard. You need to learn to channel your will into whatever it is that you're using to produce the effect. So you can still use the principles, you just need to translate them for your style of magical expression. That's basically like the prequel chapter.
Yeah.
To
So I'm and my reaction was all, I'm flipping through and reading, and I'm like, oh, so it's the method. So the method of the madness is the only real difference. It's just how you get from point A to point B.
And there are some things that bards can do that no one else can, but same can be said for wizards,
yeah, well,
and warlocks.
And everybody's got their own flavor. Everybody's got their own quirks. But thank you. This will help. This will help a lot. I mean, again, some of it is just simple. Some of it is just simple tactics. I mean, I've never had any real combat training. I mean, I can swing around a rapier a little bit here and there, but I mean, I've never had any real formal combat training. I mean, I'm assuming Nora. I mean, obviously Nora has. I'm assuming Hazel, you did, at least to some degree. Obviously, Froseth, you sure as hell did.
Put the thing over by Nora's and come back by this point.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, we can try teaching you a bit. Remember the sparring match?
Well, yeah, but that's. I mean, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking in terms of like tactics. Like like we don't like. I don't know really what you guys can do or prefer to do, or I don't know. I mean, obviously Nora is the one that's supposed to get hit. I get that, but I don't.
The paladin.
One and only armor. It doesn't need a genius. That part I get. That's easy.
She's that knight in shining armor with, well, maybe eventually glowing flaming wings that you see in all those crazy stories.
Oh yeah, I know those, but like, I know I can stand back and do a thing, but then you guys ended up getting hit, and I had you were all. People were hurt, and I didn't know where to go, and there were so many of them, and they were all over the place, and I didn't know.
If there's that many, and they're just all in a mess with us, either stick to one target, or swing that rapier around. You have that ridiculous glowy thing you want to do things to.
And to be fair, he's been better with that than he has been with magic since he started.
You every time you
and that's his mother's training.
Every single time you pull the sword, no matter what kind it's been, or however for whatever reason. That's always been something where you just went off on it.
Right.
Whatever you hit fell over.
Eventually. And if I didn't do that, it was
faster when you hit it with the sword.
Well, and if I didn't do that, you're right. I was doing something to help you guys do the thing, do what you do better like with the fire when we were in the dark with that thing and
Yeah, the thing that looked at people and started
laughing.
I
still don't
That
remember.
was creepy.
What
Yeah,
was-
let's not go into that. Clarity's looking horrified enough as it is. Let's not bring up yet more of her trauma.
Oh, I was just
She
remembering.
took care of
Oh
that,
yeah,
though.
the thing that turned out to have
No,
two heads.
but they didn't take care of what it said, or indeed figure it out, because that's something else that she can't get from books. So she really doesn't need that right now.
But there was and when we were in the tower and I did the find the magic, and I was like, there's magic over that way, and we were like, well, let's go the opposite way, and we probably, I don't know what we avoided, but we probably avoided something.
Something
It
probably
will-
ridiculously exploding.
It will then occur to Froseth that didn't Darvin and Hazel tell the Baron that the place was
I was
entirely
actually thinking
cleared
that.
out. I didn't handle that, did you?
Didn't we tell them that the tower was clear?
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Well, it's a little late now.
Yeah.
The second
Their
we get
fault
back,
for
I'm
waking
going
us
straight
in the
to
middle
the
of the night.
tower to see what the heck happened.
Oh, I would just see the
I
Baron
hope
first.
no one got hurt on that.
Yeah. Send him a note. Send him a little letter. That might be safer. Just saying.
They wanted us to be clear-headed. They shouldn't have woken us in the middle of the night.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, that's true.
Depends on when they went to check, doesn't it? They were a little bit busy trying to make sure the townsfolk didn't hate you to go investigate, and then you were teleporting.
Oh boy, yeah. There's one more thing to take care of when we get back, and that's without the coastline of doom.
That's yeah. 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 Sorry.
And still no one's asking about the fairy dragon. Froseth knows. Froseth is chill, but
Guys,
No.
just well, a couple things. One, Froseth, let me ask, since you speak obviously to them, does Lyra know that Flitty's here?
Lyra knows.
Okay.
That's the first thing I asked.
Good. I'm glad one of us has some sense. Well, aside from clarity.
He's the only one who can talk to the.
Sorry.
I'm under the impression Flitty understands them, just can't talk back, right? Is that correct, or
more or less.
what's part? More or less, yeah.
And so it's sort of going, they're talking over my head again. This is why Lyra Lady asked me to keep an eye on you people.
So
Because you're ridiculous.
so Lyra knows that Flitty's here, and why? What? Why?
Because you're silly. From
Given past experience, she probably just wanted an eyeball kept on us at least.
Basically, and you do know Flitty can, for the most part, understand what you're saying.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies.
There's speaking and then there's understanding. Two
I
separate
got the
things.
hang of it.
My apologies. And I apologize directly to Flitty.
Flitty sort of flies over to Froseth. Sorry, to Darwin. Looks at his sandwich, takes a fairly large nom out of it, and then flies back to cuddle Clarity.
I deserve that. I deserve that. I'm sorry. That's
I'm
fair.
gonna take a chunk of my food and just shove it in Darwin's mouth.
Warning!
Ever.
I think I prefer the finger in the ear. Oh. If I'm gonna almost die, I suppose I'd earned it.
It might occur to Frosa that if Flitty was sent by Lyra to keep an eye, Flitty might have answers to questions like, if they died, how are they still here? Best way of phrasing, did Lyra do something?
Oh, the other thing though was with regards to Star Coast, and the reason why that's yes, we need to go. Yes, I want to go, but part of me is dreading that severely because I don't know if any of you noticed. I saw it while I was, all stuck. My mom is hopefully dead. That stuff changes people, and the last we saw it, it was washing over her. So I get to find out what it turned her into potentially. And I'm not looking forward to that. So yeah, that's. So when we bring it up, if I tend to kind of go a little, yeah, that's kind of in the back of my mind, and I'm trying to. So anyway, not a big deal. Just that's why I.
Just putting it out there.
That's yeah. Just so people, just so you know, when we start dealing with stuff that get to that point to deal with it, I'm going, oh God, I have that to look forward to. Oh goody.
Yeah, well,
So
you'll manage.
Oh, yeah.
You've managed so far.
but first that's okay. So Lyra wanted to keep an eye on us.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to ask why, given our luck so far.
And
Because you're silly!
I keep getting up because you're silly.
given
No,
who we
no,
are, I am not
you,
surprised.
Not you specifically, because you can talk to us, but the little claw points to Hazel. That one's silly. Little claw points to Darwin. That one's silly. Looks at Clarity. This one's only a little silly, and just sort of nuzzles up against it.
Do I want to know?
Probably not.
He's calling us silly. I'm betting he's calling us silly. Am I right? Am I?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
There's actually nodding from
I've been called
Thank you.
worse. I've been called worse. And you're right, I am. I will try to be less silly. I said try. I said try. Stop laughing. I said
Don't you
try.
dare, Darwin. Don't you dare try to be less silly.
You and me being silly is,
I
at
didn't,
the
I
very
didn't,
least, keeping everyone entertained.
I didn't expect to be the comedic relief in my own epic, but hey.
What part did you expect to be?
Narrator.
Bards. Made of boom, made of silly, made of stories, made of I don't know what anymore.
Unless we're oh god, I lost his name. Oh man, I lost his name. unless they're made of what was it? Womanizing that gets their
Heseltine.
That's it. Yeah.
Mm.
There's bards and then there's bards. Oi.
Yes, here's the question: which does Darwin want to be, Torin or Heseltine?
Can I go with
You
neither?
met two types of bards.
Successful.
Successful.
Alive. And disease free.
Torin. Then.
Yeah.
I am finishing my food and proceeding to flop back over pretty much onto Clarity again.
Roll me a Dex saving throw. With
Here we go
well,
again.
obviously with disadvantage. This is an entirely different thing. Just
15 and an 18.
well, -4, so
Minus
that's
4, so
11. As you go to flop, there is this whack round thing out on the back of your head. Thankfully, nothing breaks as you sit up, rubbing the back of your head. And remember that jar of cranberry apple preserve? You don't know how the hell it got out of your bag, but somebody somehow put it directly under your head, where your head was going to end up. So really, it was wham!
Lid. Ow.
Thankfully, she didn't break the jar. That would have been worse.
Goodness.
Back in bag of holding with you. I'm going to attempt to flop again. Hopefully without smacking myself this time.
Yeah, maybe a little less with.
Stuff.
Yeah, maybe a little less with the.
Yourself this time. And you're not in the least bit curious as to how the hell. You don't remember taking it out.
I don't. How did? I don't remember. Okay. How did? I don't remember any of us taking that out, but at the same time, I'm not sure I want to know how it ended up out. With our luck lately. But clarity.
Hmm.
Don't ever change. You're wonderful.
All right.
Yes.
I, however,
Definitely wonderful. This being said from basically on her lap.
I can promise I will not stop being silly, but I will get better.
Good boy.
You start throwing a stick, I'm gonna smack you.
If I throw something's gonna be a lot bigger than a stick.
There are some pretty big sticks.
There are some pretty big sticks around here. I think we use some of them actually.
And Hazel is actually the strongest one out of the four of us.
Perception check from all four of you.
Just a minute.
I just crit failed that and then some.
And well, Verity.
I got double 4s, which is
five.
double 0s.
What even is the dice roll for that?
Oh man.
I'm trying to find
yeah,
it.
I am not paying
there it
any
is.
attention. My face is.
We
Yeah,
noticed nothing.
You guys notice absolutely nothing until Hazel decides that she needs to actually get up, at which point her hair, which is sort of usually half tamed by the bow, is just because the bow is not there anymore. So there's
Wait.
just hair everywhere.
Whoa.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Foomph.
Where is it?
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll get up and start looking.
Nothing.
I'll go start looking. So yeah, I will crawl out of the lean-to and go start hunting for it.
Dex saving throw from Darvin.
Okay.
I'm going to also probably try to scramble out and look. Same thing.
Nope. You're okay. You're
17.
You're about to take a step when you notice just this little bit of resistance. Somehow, you've got no the hell idea how. Someone has knotted your bootlaces together.
Ah! What? Oh. I know. How the hell? Okay, something weird's going on. My shoe,
Yeah?
yeah. Okay, you're missing your bow. The shoelaces here got tied together somehow. So, what are you missing, Froseth?
That's a good question. I'll check.
Okay, this is investigation from. He's actually at the moment where he's sitting right this second. Can't really spot anything missing, but there are a couple of his accoutrements in the bag of holding, so you never know.
And wait a minute. And the preserves were out.
Where is my bow? Yeah, I'm
I'll help you look
intent
for
on
it.
finding that thing.
Investigation check now from all four of you as you're getting up and assuming you're untying your. Oh my!
Oh my
I just
God.
tumbled again. I have been nonstop
Ooh.
fail
And
task.
Froseth got a
No.
nat 20. There we go. Let me roll
Yeah,
mine real
Hazel.
fast.
Hazel, she paused for a minute looking around. But when she started up again, somehow, from 1 minute her boots were fine, the next minute her bootlaces were tied together. So all she gets is step thud.
Ow!
That's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah. Hazel.
Whoever's doing
Hazel.
this, I hate it.
Hazel and Darvin and Clarity don't find anything. Verseth, a little ways out of the clearing, spots his comma and his quarterstaff have been lashed together with Hazel's hair ribbon in the shape of sort of a scarecrow person. There's this mess of sort of it appears to be some kind of wild gourd of some kind, sort of like wild pumpkin with vines and flower blossoms for hair set on the top, and it's just this little. It's just this little bit. One of the comma, the fire commas actually has it is raised like a hand waving hello, and it does as he watches actually just move a little bit.
Who did that?
That's
Well, you don't see it yet. You guys are
That's a
looking
good
sort of
question.
over there and not
Oh.
finding anything. Yeah, Hazel's trying to roll herself over and
I'm
untie.
helping Hazel up.
If you help her up, it's more because her bootlaces are pretty well secured there.
So I think I see our stuff.
What?
There is now a
Where?
so
Point.
what? There is now
Huh?
a pile of rogue and cleric somewhere over in the corner.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah, basically the two that kind of had died are now kind of flailing and exhausted.
guys, we have weirdness. Or at least we
More
found stuff.
weirdness?
I hate today.
As you guys approach where Froseth is, there's your little stick figure monk weapon person thing, and the fire comma just does the wave
I am
again.
getting my bow back.
Well, at least it's friendly. It's waving.
That's the thing. As I'm going to take terrible risks. Make me another perception check.
Nope.
Oh. Oop, wait.
Nope.
Nope.
3. Well,
God.
-1.
2.
6 is
Perception.
the end result. Given I rolled 13 and a 6.
That's persuasion.
Perception. Wrong button, mate.
Well, they're close. Hold on.
Yeah, I know.
They're close on the thing.
Operations charisma. Different stat.
There.
Damn.
As
21.
Hazel starts stomping up angrily, Darvin hears this little quiet, terrified from up and over there somewhere. Can't see anything, but something sounds really terrified.
Hazel, hold it. There's something over there. Something tiny and scared.
I'm gonna stop stomping, turn around, walk back over to the rest of them.
There's Darvin can hear. It's now a more querying sort of meep, and the comma hand waves again.
I'm not sure what it is. There's a meep, and it's apparently waving hello because it's apparently moving the thing.
I declare that it is now called a meep.
I cannot argue with that.
I would disagree, but that is in fact the sound that it made. It made a meep sound. The first meep I heard was tiny and terrified. The next one was more questioning.
Okay, see
And
this thing?
it up and over. I point to the general direction that I heard it. I can't see it from here, but I did hear it.
As to your pointing, there's this little weight on the hand that you're pointing with. You can't see anything, but just this very light weight, like something is perched there. And yet again, you hear slightly more assured, but still questioning, sort of meep.
You have a meep on your hand.
No, it's over.
If you move too much, there's actually just this tiny sound of fluttering wings. It settles back if you keep your hand still.
Oh,
Is there any way to make the meep not invisible?
hi.
Visible meep.
When
Well-
Darvin actually greets it, there's this little shimmer in the air, and what is standing on Darvin's hand is this little female elvish-looking thing, green, butterfly wings.
Pretty.
What you have is a pixie.
Oh, pretty.
Waves.
Hi. How are you? Did you do all this?
Looks around. Doesn't seem entirely sure. It probably doesn't speak common, but nods.
Darvin. Hazel. Froseth.
Still want my bow back.
Clarity.
Yes, the pixie sort of bit with the Hazel grumbling, just flutters off so that
Oh.
a little bit further away. It's
Hazel.
I'm not mad anymore. I just want my stuff back.
It's okay.
It calmly sort of looks for a perching place. Flitty, but still perched on Clarity's shoulder, looks up and then also starts meeping.
Oh,
They're communicating.
Wait.
Turns around to Froseth.
Fro-
Speak Sylvan.
It speaks Sylvan. Does anyone else?
This
Well,
Flicky
that-
just puffs up with pride. I speak Sylvan.
sounds like we're gonna be playing translation chain here.
Yeah, it sounds like.
There's
Well.
a certain amount of meeping, and it's just eventually Flitty turns around to Froseth because you can take your things back. I'm gonna go talk to the name. They're a little bit fuzzier on, so there was Meep. That'll do, I guess. I'll go see why, but mostly I've met them before. Usually, if they want to find out if you're okay to approach, they'll play a little tricks, and if you don't get too angry, they'll say hi and sometimes do niceys, and if you get angry, they'll just fly away.
Okay. Thank you. So you can go grab your.
Flitty points at Hazel. This one's not helping. And goes back to talking to the fairy, now apparently known as Meep. Pixie, apparently known as Meep.
Okay. So apparently that was a test to see how angry we'd get about the pranks.
Oh, I thought it was great.
Too angry. Too angry, it would just fly off. And
So Hazel,
but we can grab our things. So your bow, my weapons.
mhm.
You're not entirely sure what to do about the pumpkin.
I have.
The pumpkin is
I'm
apparently
not
supposed
just
to be
def-
Hazel. It's
I'm
got
not just-
little leaves, pointed leaves that are supposed to be ears.
I'm not just
I'm gonna.
deflated. I am like, I'm going beyond the normal deflating to like even less there than I am usually.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
that's a little hard because your hair is...
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna pick up the gourd, and I'm just gonna be like, "It's a decent likeness." You know,
Given the amount of this, yeah.
for the materials they have to work with, this is well done. And I'm making sure to say that loud enough for Flitty to hear me and hopefully translate.
The green in Meep's cheeks gets a little bit darker at that. So,
He did good.
but Flitty looks at Froseth and says, "I, there's a thing, and she might need a little bit of help, but I'm still trying to get that out of her. She's kind of worried about asking, cause angry lady."
Okay. So apparently the little one might need some help with something. Flitty is still trying to get the details.
Yeah.
Though
Why not? I mean,
I'm getting help.
how
Yeah.
often do you
Or-
how often do you get asked for help by a by a pixie?
And
Did our-
on that note, we are getting to approximately break time. But sorry, Clarity wanted to.
Oh, I was just wondering if that our lunch counted as a short break.
Oh, your
Or as
lunch
a short rest.
Your lunch definitely counts as a short rest. I don't think that enduring the occasional tiny prank is going to count as anything particularly strenuous. I mean, you didn't have to do anything. You just sat there while something else did something.
Well, aside from Hazel, shrimp, flail, grab, flail.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
That's after the actual lunch. So,
Fair.
Yeah. So can we use hit dice? Because I know that Froseth is probably writ down really low. And...
the one thing I would say though is, remember how you said that those health potions are not coming back? You have more waiting for you when you go back to Goldendale.
Mhm.
I'm
So
going to distribute those right now.
Well, to be fair, as I recall, Clarity's okay.
I'm at 11.
I recall Hazel healing me at the end because I know I was at 3, but my sheet currently has 9 on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, she did,
Yeah.
if memory serves. But I mean, you can use hit dice, or you could. I mean, for healing, the only ones who are really in any kind of dire straits, because you were a little bit better, Hazel. With
Yeah, I since I dumped to second level into it, I went up to 14, I think.
Yeah, I mean, think about it over the break, and when we come back, you'll decide whether you want to. I mean, Darvin, I think, can deal with it with just a hit die.
I'm good. I'm not even a bother.
I would, just in case. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but
Okay.
with you guys, fuck knows.
Yeah,
So-
point.
We'll have a think about
Yeah.
it over the break,
Mhm.
and when we come back, we'll deal with meep issues. Okay. After a pretty eventful fight, and even more eventful conversation afterwards, the group, minus Nora, who's still really not in the mood for any of this bullshit, ran, well, you can't really say afoul, but across the path of a tiny pixie, which they have now called Meep, because that's basically all they can make out of the sound that she makes, which turned out to be Sylvan. Lucky for them, Flitty, the blue fairy dragon, decided, well, was probably asked by Lyra to tag along to keep an eye on them because they are silly. So now there's a certain amount of translating going on because apparently Meep could use some help from Biggers. Eventually, after the various bits of conversation and Hazel trying and largely failing to get her hair back under some semblance of control, because her bow went bye-bye. And now there's just hair everywhere. Flitty comes back, perches on Versa's shoulder and says, she and a couple of the other ones live a little bit deeper out into the forest, and apparently there's someone that's sick.
Oh, okay. They've got someone who is sick.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness. Well, yeah, of course we'll help.
Of course.
Um,
It'll involve help from the loud one, though.
Slightly nervous from nearby Twig. Just meep.
I'm game to help.
She's the loud one.
Pixie still does not look very sure about Hazel, because Hazel just seems really grumpy to her apparently. And Flitty does in fact say, "Can we make that one less grumpy? She's scaring people."
I'm not grumpy anymore. I'm just
Well,
really tired.
You really don't understand any of that.
Yeah, Rosa.
I was
it's-
Rotha that said something. Sorry.
I'll translate that. Meep is very uneasy about you, Hazel, because you're grumpy.
Not grumpy. I'm just tired now.
She'll.
Flitty sort of perches on top of Hazel's head, and Froseth can hear, aren't you supposed to let Palor's sun just warm you and everybody else?
That's sort of the goal here.
I will assume Froseth just
Yeah, I'll
translated that
just
as
translate.
much as possible.
Sorry, again, it's turning into a reflex.
And Lyra Lady always says that a smile is a tiny sliver of Palor's sun.
I love that. That is brilliant.
And Froseth can't keep a straight dragon face.
Yeah, I'm just looking at him like, what'd he say? Say it, please.
Yeah, it's just Froseth right now. You've just never seen him just burst out laughing quite like that.
What in the world did Flitty say? Oh my god.
A smile is. Now I can't even remember the whole thing.
A smile is a tiny sliver of Palor's sun.
And that
Smile
was,
is a tiny sliver of
Sliver of
Palor's sun.
Palor's sun.
let me guess, Lyra.
Yes.
I love it. That is adorable. I love that. I'm gonna remember that. That is brilliant.
You're right. Pat, pat, pat.
Smiling! Good! Yay! And
Smiling.
Meep does look a little bit more reassured and just beckons a little. Meep!
And onward we follow the meep.
We will gladly help.
I'm gonna roll some hit dice because
Yes,
Oh,
by all
yeah,
means.
that was a thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that too.
And yeah, I checked after our last session. Hit dice after a short rest is the hit dice plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
oh,
So the 7 plus your
8.
Constitution.
I'll roll one more just in case because who knows.
So, how many hit dice do we have?
Probably 3 at this
Should
point
be
for most of them.
3 since you're level 3.
Okay. So, how do I roll?
I don't know what size your hit dice are.
Oh, nice.
Did I do that right?
Think so.
Ooh,
Wow, I'm back
click
to
on the
full.
Hit dice button.
Yeah, me too.
Why does it say
That was actually
D8?
over the minimum requirement.
Because I have
Yep.
D8s.
I'm good. I'm back to full now.
Yeah, me too.
Puts me up to 14.
I think I may only
I'm
have
gonna use
one
that.
spell left, and that's not a cantrip.
That'll be good.
Okay. There's a certain amount of tromping off through the forest, following a little glittery pixie. The
I'm going to try
Flit-
to not step on too much.
yes, I mean, it's kind of hard to not step on things because this is some place that only that only little things, most of them flight capable,
Mhm.
go through. So, but little foot high woman does help by sort of just lighting up and casting sort of fairy lights behind her, so that
Ooh,
it's easy enough to track.
pretty.
Clarity actually knows that's a spell that people can actually do. That's not just a pixie thing, and could probably be used to confuse as much as to lead in a proper direction. They get a little further way into the tree, into the tree line. Nothing too far away. You can imagine that if they got into real trouble, either Nora would hear faint screams, or they could just send Flitty, and vice versa, frankly, if something decided Jump and Nora, they'd probably know about it given the volume she can reach when she is angry.
I know that one all too well.
First thing that Meep does is point up. There's little lights, not too many, like maybe 3 or 4. And you can just about see where it's pointed out to you. Like tiny houses. Made for people who are
That
like
is adorable.
made for people who are like a foot tall.
Those are so cool. Oh my god.
There's another couple of pixies sort of peering out little window, and there's it's not even quite a village. It's just a couple of them sort of living in the same approximate vicinity. Most of them are still a little nervous, but Meep does apparently seem to be trying to calm them down.
I'm just waving.
By meeping a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just waving. Not doing anything. Just one hand still, the other one's just like do 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 do.
Eventually, whether it's a matter of just gave up or managed to calm people down, Meep just beckons again, and a couple of 100 yards as they're approaching, wherever it is that Meep is leading them, there's this tiny little moan sound, not foot tall tiny, but smaller humanoid tiny. And they said someone was sick. They didn't necessarily specify another pixie.
No, they.
Ooh, wait. That's not a. Okay. We said we'd help.
Sound like tiny.
Right.
Yeah.
When they get to what looks like a small clearing, it really just a couple of feet across, that's just not trees or much in the way of growth. Caught in a pretty unfortunately large and rusty looking bear trap, and looking much the worse for wear, is a small tiefling boy, aged maybe 9. He is sort of bluish skin, black hair, red eyes, emaciated to within absolute torturous levels, and looks really like these two look on death's door, so does this one.
Oh boy.
I approach slowly. Hello.
It looks up at you, and he doesn't say anything. He's probably not all that great for talking right now, but also doesn't quite seem to believe what he is seeing. Then again, given the state of his health, it's entirely possible he's been hallucinating for quite some time.
Okay, we need to help this. We need to help him now. We gotta get him. Yeah,
we
first.
want to help you. Is that all right?
You're still not getting anything out of it, because things like this don't happen to this kid, pretty clearly.
Don't care. It doesn't matter if it's all right or not.
Get
We're
him
helping.
out of the trap first. Process, can you do it?
I'll try.
Probably screw it up.
Wait. Well, we can either open it or disable it.
Well, it's shut around his leg. They'd have to open it.
Okay.
We gotta get him out of it first.
Right.
And I can give him a potion,
Right. Okay.
dump some of Taylor's light into him
Right.
so that he feels better.
Right. Process. You want to grab one side? I'll try grabbing the other.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, which of you has the greater strength?
Probably Froseth between the two of us, but let me check.
What's
I
your
have a
modifier?
12, so +1.
I have 0. Plus 0.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have Froseth make the roll with advantage because Darvin's helping.
Okay.
Okay, so just straight up strength check.
Yes.
Yeah.
The help from Darvin just does it. We would probably be better off with Nora for this, but Darvin manages to keep his hands on it to weight it down while Froseth basically just puts as much of his weight into it as possible. The kid manages to jerk his leg out of where the trap is, and it very nearly catches him again as Froseth has to let it go, but manages to move out of the way in time. So and then clank. That's when the blood really starts.
Okay, I'm going to dump a Cure Wounds into him if I can.
Okay, go for it.
Just get to my spells. Pop that as a card. And I also get it's 3 and it'll heal 3 additional because of the life thing.
Yep. I thought it was 2 additional.
No, it's 2 plus my spell level.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Because it's 1, it's 1 more. So that's 1d8 plus 3 for my ability modifier. And then 3 more. So
that's 12. The bleeding stops. It's not enough to do much of anything about the disease, the malaise, the starvation.
I'm also going to give him one of the healing potions.
And that it's not so much a hit points thing right now, to be fair. This is more of a something that, maybe lesser restoration would help with some of the disease, but honestly, there's not a lot that's going to help this kid, but time and lesser restoration for the disease when Hazel's rested, and decent food. And
can I medicine check him in the meantime?
Remember, you're at disadvantage to everything.
Yep, so I'll just roll the second check.
Yep. Well, your lowest is still 11. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that you'd have to check your medicine kit and whatever else Mom and Mama might have packed, because at the very least there's some teas that Hazel's pretty sure she knows about that can help break a fever.
Back to
I'm
camp.
gonna do my own medicine check to see if I can help at all. If that's okay.
Go right ahead. Hazel's got the right idea. You've also got some bits and pieces that they used to use at the shrine for similar types of things. What they're probably going to have to do is take some of the remnants from dinner and actually turn it into some kind of broth, because this kid's not going to be able to manage solid food. Because you can see Hazel just wanting to stuff a sandwich into this kid, and that would just be a bad idea. Currently, he's just curled up into this ball, looking at the 4 of you. Mostly, it's Froseth who's getting the looks, just because he's clearly never seen a dragonborn before. But to be fair, the one he flinches from the most is Darvin.
Okay, seeing that, I'm going to stand way back.
I'm going to go get maybe cook something up for him? Maybe
Get
boil
him.
some
Well,
milk?
you're a good half mile from camp right now.
Oh,
You gotta get him back to camp first.
Yeah.
um,
Find
Oh.
anything that needs binding. Get out our med kits.
could we carry
Got a
him back
couple
to
odd things.
Froseth? Could you carry him back to our camp?
Could attempt to, anyway.
He
I
looks
wonder.
quite light. The question is whether or not he's going to let anyone touch him.
Hello, my name is Clarity. If we have some food back at our camp, I know that you have no reason to trust anyone, but we'll take care of you and help you get better. Would you allow my friend here to carry you back?
Looks. I can walk. Just this doesn't happen. This kind of thing doesn't happen.
I know how that is. I know what it's like. But these are very nice people, and
He's side-eyeing Darvin at this point.
he can stay away if he makes
Yeah.
you nervous.
No problem.
He's an idiot, but he has social graces at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
that gets stupid. It's his people. The
Oh. Fair. I understand.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. I get it. It wasn't me, but I get it.
I know some people were very mean to you, and that isn't right.
that actually gets a raised eyebrow and a like mean to you.
Bit of an understatement.
Well, know that people were being cruel. And we want to help a little. If you'd let us.
Make me a persuasion check. And yes, unfortunately, you are still at disadvantage.
Yeah, no. That's
He manages to sit up, shifts away until his back is pressed against the nearest decent-sized tree,
All right.
and holds up his hands. There's chafe marks like manacles around each of his wrists. I'm not going back.
We're not.
You're not
we're
gonna
not.
have to go
You
back.
can stay right there then. You can
Anybody
stay
else
right there.
want to try persuading this kid? Somebody who didn't like
Doesn't have
die,
disadvantage.
die half an hour ago.
Look. Yeah, I know it was humans that did this. I'm I'm not surprised. We do want to help. You can walk back. That's fine. I know this doesn't happen, but it's about time it did. We're not taking, like, you've never seen any of this before. We're not affiliated with whomever it was did this to you. We don't know who did this to you. You'd have seen us if we were. Yeah, I have no idea we're not taking you back. We're taking you to our camp where we have food, and I say camp, we're taking a rest after a particularly nasty little incident we had with some plants. Long story. It's not a camp like you're thinking, probably what you had to deal with, but we've got food, we've got shelter, and we want to help.
Persuasion check.
Crit fail.
Yeah, humans just not just. Does Frexith want to try anything at this point?
I'm not even sure what to say at this point.
We lost clarity.
Yeah, she'll it's probably just an internet hiccup.
Okay, fair.
Let's see.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Hi. Everybody froze, and then I was like, this is probably me.
Yeah, Darvin managed to crit fail on his
I saw
persuasion.
that.
So yeah,
Well, if nothing else, if nothing else, we could leave some food.
one thing Hazel might be thinking is even if they don't wind up taking him like into the chasm proper, because there was a spot just for worshippers to go before the trials began. Couldn't they maybe, if they talk him around, take him home?
Yeah, Hazel's already thinking, how do I get this kid to Mom and Mama? Any foundling, she's automatically going to find ways to, if not directly teleport them there, bloody walk them there herself. Mind you, she hasn't said anything.
Could we maybe make a smaller camp nearby, and just so that we can
Someone
cook
gets
him
med
from
kits,
something?
we can at least do something here. So I'm gonna stay right here with him.
Oh,
It
we
looks-
can't leave
look-
him here like
look-
this.
Looks at Hazel. Why?
Because, well, it's what I do. I want to see people healed. Everyone, you too.
That sounds fake, but how did you even know I was here?
Oh, and
At which point, from tree, meep.
That's
Oh no, she's up there.
oh, okay.
that's why.
The pixies.
There's what now?
There's pixies. They came to us for help. They said they had someone who was sick, and that's all we had to know.
Okay, one last persuasion check from Darwin.
Oh, was that good? Okay. 1 second.
He's very, very wary, and when he reaches out very slowly to grab a stick, it's clearly as much weapon as crutch. You don't try anything.
I'll stay I'll stay opposite other side, wherever you need.
Just don't try anything, any of you.
As you will it.
Props himself up on the stick. So what now?
Well, our camp is. Which direction was that in?
Back the way they came.
Yeah, look. I'm gonna look back up. Yeah,
Right that way.
I'm looking back. Which direction was it?
They take you. You get meep point
Ah, right. Thank you.
and little fairy lights.
Oh,
lighting
beautiful.
your
Thank
way
you
back.
so much. And I point to the see. They said they had someone who needed help, so we followed the lights.
There's little green people in the trees.
You get used to it.
Yeah. We have little green people. We have little rainbow colored dragons. We have
looks at. He's not rainbow. Points at Flitty on his shoulder. He's not rainbow either.
Turns colors.
As they age.
Eventually.
That's not me.
Yeah. The little ones turn colors as they age. Process.
Looks at Clarity. Looks at his own blue skin. Do I change colors as I age?
Mhm.
No.
Oh.
We're stuck with our colors.
Hey, I like your colors. You're pretty.
It had to be blue.
Thank you. Hey, blue is really nice.
I like
for
blue.
hair, yeah. But at least your skin color is found in like other humanoids.
Well,
You know, I saw a tiefling like
Other.
us with purple.
No. You find your color in orcs. Find your color in orcs. Not so shiny. Oh, half orcs. Things. Probably don't want to talk about that.
all this is not getting us back to where we can give you where you can get better.
It still gets a bit of a wary. I don't know where this is going apart from like a camp somewhere, and I don't know what happens next. But I'll keep up. Just he clearly wants to keep an eye on you guys.
I'll take the front, so that way I'm farthest away from.
It's gonna be a little bit more time taken on the walk back. To be fair, for Clarity and for Hazel, that's probably useful to you.
I'll bring up the rear.
Yeah, the kid's still kind of letting you guys go a little bit ahead. Is basically he wants to make sure that he can bolt if he sees one thing wrong, which he hasn't as yet. So, plus it gives you guys some space to actually converse about. Now you have a 9-year-old tiefling.
So we did. We forgot to ask what his name was.
Let's get him better.
Didn't seem important at the time.
Yeah, we have, as you keep telling me, priorities. Get him to the camp. Make sure he's hale and healthy, and then give him the option to, say, go to Mom and Mama's when we go, back.
Or yeah.
We're gonna be headed
Well-
back, and it's usually safer to.
Plus, how would you tell him where it was?
We could try sending Flitty to talk to Lyra. Maybe she could pick him up.
How?
I don't know. I'm just
You're blind.
right. Forget that
I'm
about her.
forgetting a crucial thing here.
You're muted again, Ethan.
I know. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. The wife just came in.
Yeah.
I lost train of thought.
Mostly they're just recalling that Lyra blind.
Oh.
Kind of have a difficult time finding. I mean, probably seeing eye dragons, but still.
Given the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where are we? I mean, we can't obviously take him with us into.
But
No.
there should be enough space there so that at least in some way there can be waiting.
Let's try to establish some trust first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Get him better, and
Go from there.
well, see what he thinks.
Okay.
Eventually, you guys make it back to camp. He's still sitting very much on the outskirts, clutching his stick, watching.
I'm gonna immediately start boiling up some broth. From what
Well, now that I have
meats we
access
got.
to my med kit, can I start in on checking
Yeah.
it for the stuff.
Yeah.
Like-
You've got some stuff, but as Furseth is watching, he's like, actually, that's good, but we've got something that works that we grow further north that might be a bit more helpful in this situation. Yeah, just this sort of Hazel rummaging through bag, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Dragonborn just with bag.
Use this.
Here.
It's
Use
dangerous to
this.
go alone. Take
Grabs
this.
other peg, almost face first into it.
It smells kind of dusty, very green, and you've just horfed some of it up your nose. It's kind of the whole gunpowder thing where it's practically dust. So you really have horfed.
Yeah, you're gonna be sneezing for a minute.
Yeah, you've
Might
never
wanna be
seen
careful
anybody.
there.
You've never seen anyone literally stick their faces in a bag of tea herbs before. Except you when you were like 5, but you had an excuse. You had no idea what did it.
Okay, yeah, this. I'll just start working on this. Yeah.
Why am I not
Sorry.
surprised Hazel seems to always go through life face first?
I'm just gonna start helping prepare medical tea, turning food into whatever is actually downable at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between the three of you, you manage a broth type thing out of the various meat and veg leftovers, and a cup of tea that just smells aggressively medicinal.
Oh no.
I bring both over. I take a sip of each of them and then offer it.
The broth is fine. The tea is awful. This is one of those, do we have any honey or something? Because this tastes like just the absolute, it's like letting aspirin melt on your tongue.
Can I?
So, well,
offer the-
all you really see is Clarity take a very small sip and then make this face.
Could we have maybe some of those preserves? I don't think we have any honey, but
You
Out of
do
bed.
actually, if you sort of reach in and think honey, there is actually it's actually a wax paper wrapped honeycomb, which you can.
Oh.
Comb.
cut off a sliver and dunk it in there. And I take another sip. See, safe.
It's yeah, I wasn't so sure after the face.
It's
Medicinal
it's
stuff.
medicinal.
A little funny.
It
To be
tastes like
fair,
medicine.
to be fair, Froseth is going that would be because you made it way too strong. But you didn't really have much of a chance to say that because it really was just shoof. Okay, it'll work. Because Hazel, one speed, all out bulldozer. So you just had Froseth sort of watching and basically done it. Never mind.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm staying as out of it and on the side and just get space.
After having handed off, I walk over to Froseth. Did I overdo it? I think I overdid it.
A little bit.
I'll
See-
figure out how to not do that eventually.
The boy does actually take the broth and he kind of gets the medicinal tea over with, as even that amount of honey, all it really does is cut the taste a little. So it really is just sniff sniff. Tiny sip. Down. Thank you. I think.
You're welcome. And I back away, and I'll leave you to it. I'm not going to crowd you.
That's powerful stuff, Roseth.
Candor. That's what they call me.
Candor.
So it shrinks back a little against the tree. It huddles the broth close to him.
Is that a virtue name?
I guess. It's just what they call me.
All right. And I just walk away. Back to where everybody else is.
Flitty, meanwhile, is giving Candor dinner entertainment by doing his little flappy wing tap dance. And after a minute, you do just hear this little, you are such a dork. Froseth just hears, he's smiling! I don't care!
Flitty is too precious.
The cutest thing. The cutest.
This brings back a lot of memories.
Oh.
I was about his age when I was found by my foster parents.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
Wait, so Hazel was adopted, Froseth was adopted, and you were adopted? Wow.
I wouldn't say adopted.
Oh.
They let me in.
Oh.
And I lived with them for a while. My brother was their son. But they kicked me out. So wasn't really theirs.
Normal people suck.
Well, I
Very
mean,
much.
I don't want to pry, but I'm also curious.
Sure.
I mean, for one, why did they have to take you in the first place?
Oh, I was living on the streets. I don't really remember what happened to my parents, but
Oh.
I was living on the streets, and the Thatchers took pity on me, and they took me in. And Henry, my brother, was very kind to me. He was one of my first friends, and I loved him like any sister would. But he disappeared, and I was blamed for it.
So, what? So he just up and left one day, and you got the blame, or?
Sounds like more than just left.
No.
Wait. Oh, you mean he actually disappeared?
Yes.
Oh.
What? One night, I heard some noise from the other room, so I went to go check on him. It happened so fast. I just remember a lot of wind, and it was like a storm in just one room, and he looked terrified. And I was thrown back, and when I opened my eyes, he was gone.
Oh my goodness.
So, honestly, I don't know what happened to him, and there's only so much from the townspeople that, I bet it was that demon girl. You should never have taken her in.
I got it. You don't. Yeah.
And
I got. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I understand.
They they chose to blame me for their real son's disappearance.
Normal people suck.
Yes.
So then, I mean, I'm assuming you obviously you don't know what happened to him.
no, that's kind of the reason why I've been so obsessed with magic, with books and magic and things.
I
I
understand.
want to know what happened to him.
At the very
And-
least, if not to be able to find him.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's dead, but at the same time, there's that inkling in my head that says, what if he's alive and he's out there somewhere and he needs help? And what if I'm the only one who's looking for him? And
You're not now.
it's,
I mean, yeah, we've got, the whole, like Hazel said, we have priorities, but you're not the only one looking for him now.
thank you. He is the dearest thing to me, and finding out what happened to him, it's why I have the name Clarity. Did I tell you that that's not my given name?
No.
Know that.
It's a name I took on to. Sometimes tieflings we take on virtue names, like Candor. Probably it was given to him, but Clarity for me, because that's what I want to embody. And yes, so that's all I really want out of life. And this whole thing with dying is not making things easier. It makes me think.
Hugging Clarity now.
Honestly, it's I feel foolish, but oh gosh, it's just, I think, what if I had died and died for good, and what if I die before I find out what happened to him, and what happens, and what if he's still out there and I die, and then I'm the only one who's looking for him, and then I don't mean to make you feel bad. I know you, Darwin, you feel guilty. It's not about that. It's just
No.
I have a lot swimming in my head right now.
Clarity. Let me just. If worse comes to worse, if anything does truly happen to you, if I'm still around, I'll keep looking.
Same.
Clarity reaches up and hugs both of them.
That was a sort of group hug thing.
Yeah. I think that can go for the whole group here.
Aw.
Well, come in
Yeah.
on this then. Come on.
Latch. Eat it. Just not enough strength.
It might occur to Hazel now that she knows about this. How did Lyra get the information she gave to Nora about what they might find in the chasm? Remember the scrying that they did? Remember, Nora spent a day at the shrine scrying with the cleric of Istis and the cleric of Palor. And it'll be cryptic as fuck if they get anything, but
What about? Does anyone here know how to scry?
Know how to what now?
no, that's
No.
usually something left for the more powerful of the clerics and the magic users. You guys are journeymen. You guys.
Could we ask Twilly or Lyra to scry to see If maybe my brother
Yeah.
still exists.
I mean, we could have someone try and have a look. They're going to be bouncing to at least 2 places that'll probably have someone able to do something.
And to be fair, you guys are probably going to have to stop home for a day after some of the nonsense you've been through anyhow.
We'll have time to at least do that much. At the very least, we might be able to find out, is he still on this plane of existence?
Thank you.
Yeah, this
It means
is
a lot to me.
definitely high on our list of things to do.
As if we didn't have enough to do.
It's
I'm
not
just
that,
one more
that
thing for the
much.
pile.
I'm making a list.
His finger, your ear.
That's better than the sandwich.
Oh, you want to retread that then?
No.
Good boy.
Well, while those two are having a thing, there's this tiny little Meep, and Meep the pixie lands on top of Clarity's knee.
Heyo.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Gives a little curtsy, and she's actually carrying this, what looks like a really small haversack, which it's at the moment bigger than she is, because there's apparently something in it. Reaches in, drags out this very small but very intricately carved wooden, it looks like some kind of charm or pendant that you wear on like a bracelet or something. It's an almost metallic looking gold wood. Doesn't seem to be anything particularly special about it beyond the craftsmanship. Sets it down on Clarity's knee, gives another little bow, and poof, she's gone.
Thank you.
She left you a gift.
Yeah, and Flitty from the tap dancing goes, no, that's what she was saying. She was saying the thank you. Because you helped the people.
Broseth, what?
Meep was saying thank you.
Oh. Well, okay, well, either way.
And then Flitty says, see, they can be invisible from the nasty people. Little guy couldn't be.
Yeah.
What did he say?
This doesn't register. Okay.
What?
The pixies can be invisible from anyone wandering. He can't.
Christ. Oh God, big mean intelligence check for the love of God.
So, wait.
Which one?
There's people here.
There you go. Never mind.
I was trying to let them lead to it, but yes.
Yeah, well, no,
that wasn't happening.
I heard, no, I was about to get there. I heard nasties. I was like, wait, they can hide from, who were they hiding
So,
from?
were these the? I'm wondering if those were the people that.
Might be.
Well, they just said nasties anyway. I mean, like, what are we dealing with here?
Slavers, probably.
Rest, and then we put the hammer to them. Yes.
Keep in mind also, what did you guys just nearly or literally get killed by? And what was it a harbinger of? The first
Bloody
time.
evil things are starting to come up every. Oh no.
Right, the stuff's moving.
Moving or attracting things, regardless. There's problems we have to stamp out.
Yep, we need to hurry on. But they said there was nasties. Do we need to worry about them now, or should we just continue on, get get Candor there somewhere safe,
First
and then
things
get
first,
moving.
we need to, at the very least, recuperate.
Well,
And you get Flitty going. Pixies are really good at confuzzling people. It'll be okay for a night.
The pixies are going to cover us for tonight.
oh, okay. Okay.
Magic.
Okay.
But magic is apparently awesome.
Just gonna. Okay.
Pat, pat, pat.
Oh, no, she's not patching that hard. She can't. She's too exhausted.
Yeah, it's more like.
Nah.
Like smack. Oh.
Do we want to make some extra assurances that we're protected for the night?
Pixies?
We'll be fine. I mean,
Alright.
I'll take first watch if anything.
I think we should still take watches.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I
Okay.
assumed we would.
Yeah.
But you and Hazel should not, if we can avoid it. I'll take first watch if nothing else.
All right,
Okay.
makes sense.
Plus, you have got Nora
Still,
basically going. I'll deal with this in the morning, but if you honestly think after everything I've been through today that I'm going to let you people get killed, you have another thing coming.
Best
accurate.
paladin.
I'm still taking first watch.
Slop. Goes the Hazel.
Yeah, Hazel really is just. Yep.
Probably on clarity again.
Heavy Hazel. All right. Going to sleep.
You've got Candor sitting in his at the foot of this tree going. How are you this silly? How does this happen?
I have no idea.
Welcome to the greetings from the Cupcake Coterie. Long
The
story.
what?
Long story.
Okay. At least you're not the dangerous lunatics. I don't know.
No.
The cupcake. This is why I didn't tell the Baron the cupcake bit.
You have Flitty going. He knows the cupcake bit because this silly singing man said it in his song. They knew anyway.
Accurate.
I'm just responding
Yeah.
to the clicking his just meh.
She's making fun of me.
Sleep.
She's exhausted. Let's.
Candor, are you okay? Do you need anything else? Because it looks like we're gonna sleep for now, and I mean, I think we can probably rustle up a blanket at the very least.
I'm okay. He's patently not, but it's what you say, really.
You can have my blanket. It's all right. Okay.
I'm not taking her blanket. She looks almost as bad as I do. You're all ridiculous sentient beings, and yeah.
There's just a pile.
Sounds
of
about
fire
right.
people.
There's just pile of cleric and rogue over there, just quietly snoring. So I'm assuming that you guys have essentially turned in for the evening.
Yeah.
Unless anyone
Long
has
rest. Long rest is required.
long rest, yes.
Cleric needs fuel badly.
Yes, the two of you that actually took a watch will have seen lights in various different parts of the forest throughout the evening,
Oh, Pixie.
leading in directions of away. You'll have also heard occasional hoof trampling noises. Apparently, the pixies decided, well, they can't deal with nasty people. I bet the local centaurs could deal with the nasty people.
Oh no! Oh
So
no!
since Froseth is taking the last watch, doing his morning meditations, and he's starting at this point to feel this really deep air current that probably indicates the chasm some hours walk that way. So he is starting to get attuned to air a bit, but unfortunately his meditation is broken by this chunk of a spear thrown at great speed, landing, embedding itself in the tree near his head.
That was close.
That was apparently deliberately close. There is something wrapped around it, sort of fairly large bundle of cloth, and what appears to be a note. You don't recognize the language on it, but given what the centaur spoke, it's probably Elvish.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a note and cloth, or was the note on the cloth?
The note and the cloth, which when he unties it from the spear, appears to be some kind of off-white robe kind of dealy. On the front of it, there's a pattern that it's almost like the symbol of Palor that that Hazel and Nora wear, but it's smaller. There's a sort of a spiral pattern in the center where the where the straight up circle is on theirs, and it's black.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Okay. So I'll fold that back up, put the note with it, and I'm not going to wake them up because it doesn't seem like it's something urgent. So I'll wait for Nora and
as he settles back into meditation, he's shaken out of it again very briefly by gallop, 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 and just this centaur comes past, grabs his spear running, and heads off again. He's not giving up his spear without having to talk to you people. These, to be fair, these guys probably did wake up at the Trump. I mean, you've got Candor basically shuffling off behind a tree, like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Partly waking up, just sort of latch even more onto clarity.
All right. I pat her bushel of hair.
Yeah, her hair has not seen a brush, so
Sleepy
I
fly.
imagine that your hands actually, is you're trying to pat the furze bush of hair, and your fingers actually do get kind of caught in it. So all of a sudden there's this pull at your hair.
I'm just letting it happen. Go back to sleep, Hazel.
Jesus Christ.
It's just a pile of exhausted idiots.
Yeah, they're gonna wake up eventually, but I imagine that that Darwin at least is awake. Going, what? Why were there
Why
hooves?
was there thumping? Why was there hoof thing, hoof beats? What?
Centaurs.
Oh, everything okay?
I think they were handling an issue nearby. It's done. Can you read this?
Nope.
Sorry.
I'm just like, it's right here. I'm like, well, oh, well, okay.
I wouldn't have shoved it right in his face.
No, to be fair,
Would've
that's
been
a
like
Hazel
foot
thing.
ahead.
Okay,
That's a
fair.
Hazel thing.
Okay, well, no, I can't.
Okay.
I have no idea what this is. It's really pretty.
There's also a bundle of off-white cloth next to where he was sitting.
What's that?
I'm not sure. Centaurs left it with that note.
Okay, well, I'll pick it
So-
up and
I'm assuming it's probably for Nora, but
it's
To
a
be
robe.
fair, it is a robe. Darvin, who knows how seriously the actual followers of these faiths take, that they know that they wouldn't mess around with a holy symbol the way that one is. That's not meant for Nora and Hazel. That was probably taken off the issue they were dealing with.
Yeah, this
And Candor, as it's spread out, takes one look at it, and he's entirely behind the tree right now. Shit.
Oh. No. Candor, no. The centaurs apparently dealt with whomever was in this. So I don't think you need to worry about it anymore. This was apparently so.
Starting to get up now.
So I'll
With
attempt.
Clarity's fingers still caught in your hair.
I will attempt to fold it and probably fail miserably because when was the last time I had to fold a freaking robe?
Basically, you wind up with this wadded.
Yeah, basically.
As when Hazel finally gets Clarity's fingers out of her hair, it finds
like-
Darvin half wrapped in white cloth, trying
Damn
to.
it! This didn't work. No,
Hell are you doing?
I was trying to fold it.
And this is
Give
a
me
tale of-
that. Blink.
Oh, Jesus! Whoa! Failing deck saving throw ends up on my ass. Ow! That's gonna hurt later.
Candor
I'm
still
I'm unfolding this again.
Clarity's
and-
getting up a little bit.
And there is that. Frankly, it's a bastardization of.
What the fuck is this?
My guess, well, Froseth, do you want to explain to him since apparently you saw it?
During my last watch, heard the hoofbeats of the centaurs. Basically, they threw a spear, left that just above my head with this note.
It's written in Elvish.
Taking the note, looking at it.
You guys have been you people have been respectful of our forest to a point. These have not. Some got away. We do not appreciate these people. If they are yours, you best apologize. If not, you best deal with them because they are doing very unpleasant things to other. Funnily enough, they're leaving humans alone.
What?
Okay,
What's it
remember
say?
the bad shit?
Yep.
We have cultists.
I'm willing to bet they're part of that Eaters of the Sun business. The
Well,
black
I'm going to
sun
try and
thing.
tear the main chunk of the symbol off of this thing and then throw the rest into the fire.
You have a knife, you have time, I'll assume you can about manage it. So mostly you just see Hazel hacking away at this bit of cloth in what Darvin knows is the most amateurish manner possible. But then again, he was the one who got half caught in it, just trying to fold it, so he has no room to talk. And you still got Candor going. see, some humans bought me, and then they put on those, and then there were knives.
Cultists.
Mm,
Sacrifice.
probably.
They
I'm just
didn't like anybody who wasn't human.
Well,
Symbol gets folded up and stuffed into a bag or a pack or somewhere. Not.
Well,
Yeah.
you're
Visible.
probably going to want to show it to Nora.
Yep. That's why I'm hanging on to it. So I'm just stuffing it into something I've got on hand.
like a pocket.
And then rest of robe, fling into the fire.
Mm-mm. No, wait, bad idea.
Yeah, that one I don't think he can stop from there.
They just wadded up and pitched in there.
Constitution saving throw from all of you.
Uh-oh.
Oh god damn it. Wait, do I still have disadvantage?
No.
You have. I think you still have disadvantage, but the
minus
penalties,
4.
but the penalties are gone.
Oh.
Okay.
So, funnily enough, you guys are actually okay.
Except me. Crit fail.
No, actually,
You-
Oh, that yeah.
yeah, you were standing closest. You get a face full of acrid smelling smoke, and you take the appropriate die. 10 points of poison damage, and you are basically knocked prone as you are basically hacking your lungs up.
Yep.
Oh no! Wait, that was a crit. Sorry, shit.
I'm
That's-
unconscious.
Because that's double. Oh crap.
I'm unconscious and probably and hold on. I am unconscious and
Well,
Not
you have
dead.
only
not dead. I have 7 hit points left. I am but I am
No,
unconscious.
you can't be unconscious and have hit points left.
Oh, no? Oh, well. I
No,
might
but
as well
that's-
be.
No, to be fair, because it was a crit fail.
Mm-hmm.
That would be double the dice.
Mm-hmm. Roll again.
No, double the dice.
Oh.
That doesn't mean roll twice. That means 20.
Yeah, I'm at 7.
Okay, so yeah, you're basically on your hands and knees hacking your lungs up. Froseth takes 10. Maybe it's a slightly superior dragonborn constitution that's managing. Funnily enough, Hazel, who's standing right next to it, and Clarity, who had sense to back up, are unaffected, probably because of the way the wind is blowing, by this grayish black cloud of acrid smelling horror.
great. They're not. Oh no, worse than normal. Your friends, I'm gonna stomp over to Darvin. Potion.
I
Yeah, he's
I can't.
he's hacking.
I'm too busy.
Well, first, I'm gonna drag him away from it.
Still hacking.
You in a minute you'll be able to actually breathe as long as you're out of.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just here.
Look.
Hold this and drink it.
Yeah. So that was a regular healing potion. So what was that? 1d4 plus 4 for regular healing potions.
I think it's 2d4, but I'm not sure.
Oh no, you might be right. Because I'm asking because I didn't think that sounded right.
I don't remember.
Either way, Furseth is still on his feet, but he's
2d4 plus 2.
okay. So somewhere in the middle of that. Yeah. I think that I will. I think this is the point at which Furseth's attunement to air becomes complete. If he wants to, he can gust that away. Next
up and
thing
away.
you see, you basically see Froseth. It's very interesting to see a dragon cough. It's a very much an all neck kind of a thing, and he just lifts his hands, and there's this gust of wind that just billows the poison cloud up and gone. So yeah, Darvin's nursing a healing potion. Froseth is getting over the worst of the coughing after somehow levitating Cloud away, and Candor is hiding behind this tree like, what the shit was that?
That is what our group is ultimately going to be fighting against.
You're muted again.
Could we not do that again?
We won't be doing that again.
Thank you.
Can I lesser restoration Candor?
You can, yeah. He's a little bit unsteady. Mostly he's been running on adrenaline because there was spear, there was cultist robes, and then there was that.
Right. Okay. Walk in the sun, and therefore you are worthy. Vom.
And he flinches a little when you put hands on him. He staggers back and just like, oh, okay. Things are a little less fuzzy around the edges. Okay. This has been
This race puts you back together.
this has been weirdest day. You're still muted, Ethan.
Welcome to our lives.
Yeah, we got attacked by, evil plants yesterday before
Starts
Meep showed
edging away from the tree.
No, vines. Trees are fine.
Edges back towards the tree.
Right. Okay.
So that was.
And on that note, you have things that you should probably be telling Nora about now, and we have hit that time.
Yep.
And I think you are not muted this time. I'm getting a little paranoid about that
Sorry about
because you
that.
keep
Sorry.
you keep leaning on the button. But yes, I think it might be time to fill Nora in on the yes. We know you're still angry, but look, we have tiefling and cultist robes and
What's
Hey.
left?
and Hazel did something else stupid.
Yeah. And nearly killed me this time.
Payback.
Bingo!
Did you roll for what
No, I
your
didn't get a
healing
chance to.
yeah, it says 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
It's not going to make a dent in your 20, but
6. Wow. Well, at
I'm
least
just
I'm back up to double
potion it again.
digits.
okay, that 1 is fine. 2 might be pushing it a little bit.
Okay.
We have to wait for a bit.
Yeah, and if anything happens, I'm just gonna have to zap him.
Yeah, where did I put my character sheet? I have it popped out. There we go.
It's such a pity that this happened immediately after your long rest.
Get back to full health. Take 20 damage. I take 10.
It's not my bloody fault. You're the one who doesn't consider what kind of shit they might wind up infusing their crap by.
I just objected on the basis of don't throw something into a fire because, sparks and things go flying.
Scatter.
Let alone what was in it.
Yeah.
That was just bonus.
Respecting the forest, I get the impression that Darvin was as close to it as possible as he was stamping out because the centaurs are already kind of upset right now.
I was like, respect the forest. And I was like, so when I was like, no, yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, Hazel is just This is an abomination. This needs to die. Even if it's just a piece of cloth, it needs to die.
Right.
Anyway, on that note,
That is us. I will calculate XP and make sure you have it by end of day tomorrow because I knew someone was going to bring it up.